Reset button.
And we've returned! The Reset Button, episode 17. Travis, how are you tonight?
We are back, the official episode 17, Tannen. Shout out to the April Fool's Day episode we dropped. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah.
Shout out to everybody that listened to it the entire way through.
Yeah, God bless you. You're troopers by far. Real quick, follow me on Twitter at the Hibiki TMD. Follow Tannen at O'Tannen's Bum. Check out the Facebook page and subscribe to Hibiki TMD on YouTube. But real quick, Tannen, we are back, like you said, to normal. And we have another guest. Back-to-back guest episodes. Doesn't happen much, but here we are. Tannen, who we got on tap tonight?
Looks like we have Kill Steel Gaming on with us tonight. I don't know their Twitter tags nor anything more about them on YouTube. Just kind of learned about them. But still, Kill Steel Gaming, welcome to our show.
Hi! Welcome. I love being here. Oh, wait, sorry. Not supposed to be Homer. Hey, what is up, guys? Thank you for allowing us to be here. By the way, our Twitter is at Krooked and Ficchu.
Yay!
Or Fiona Chu. It's one of the two. I know it's one of them.
And
Either way.
I'm Ficchu. That's Crooked.
It's both
Yeah.
of them, guys.
Hi,
We were just going to have Crooked on, but we said, fuck it. We're going to go full force. You know what I mean? Like, it's like sidekicks with Jonathan Brandis. He didn't do anything half-assed. He put his all to it. But finally, I got you guys on Hibiki TMD. Welcome. First time ever appearing on anything on Hibiki TMD. I love their channel, guys. Check them out. They're great people, great streams, funny-ass streams, some of the most legendary banter in a stream. If you go visit their channel, check them out. Hit them up on Twitter, all that good shit. But Tannen, what you been up to, man? What you been playing this week? What's going on?
As per the last few weeks, still kicking around there in the grand old, post-apocalyptic world of Hyrule. And that's been about it. Actually got the balls to finally be like, I'm going to go ahead and go in the Hyrule Castle, well underarmed. Actually got cornered into a jail cell. The setup was very similar to the jail cells in Link to the Past when you find the princess in the beginning, and totally got.
You noticed that too, huh?
It was bad. Like, luckily I worked out, but I did escape with a pretty powerful bow. But dude, yeah, I was completely cornered. Like, it was like a prison gangbang all of a sudden. It was terrible.
Could you knock the little guards off the ledges, like in Link to the Past? Watch their feet.
No. I went in through a minecart underneath of the castle, and then threw a bomb in a certain part of the wall, and was like, "Shit, I'm in!" Like, I was gonna pull like a fucking whatever that George Clooney movie is, where they all get together and they rob a fucking casino. Like, I was like, "Damn!" Like, I'm getting up into this shit.
Link. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. And I was kind of going on it, and the only escape that I had was to be able to escape to another tower. I'd be like, "Yep, fuck all that shit."
Your princess is not in a castle.
Well,
Yeah.
Another episode, another week, and I haven't played the fucking game. I still don't have it, but I know we have another guest who has played it and streamed it, just like Arbitrarium last week. And real quick, thank you, Arbitrarium, for coming on last week. Got nothing but great feedback. She's welcome back anytime, Tannen. It was a blast.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, guys, I know you did you beat the game officially? I think.
Yes, we did. We beat it on stream last week, actually.
Right, yeah,
Oh, God.
right on. So what did you guys take with, put it in a nutshell? Thumbs up. It was as advertised, I'm guessing everyone's saying, for the most part.
And no fucking spoilers. I will come through the internet and fucking murder you.
Without giving any spoilers away at all, I have been disappointed in Legend of Zelda games since A Link to the Past, because other than 3D environments, nothing new has been brought to the
Link
series.
Between Worlds is great.
Link Between Worlds is a great follow-up to A Link to the Past. And I have to say, the Breath of the Wild was the most entertaining, most thrilling, most exciting Zelda I have played in 20 years.
Wow.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah. So far, I gotta agree with you on that.
I do think, though, that if Nintendo cannot follow up with something like this, Link and Princess Zelda are done.
Yeah, that's something that I did notice. Is it is so good that any follow-up that they have has to be better, and I don't think it's going to be possible. I think it might create another Dark Area.
Another Majora's Mask type thing.
The shrines, though, like, they're not, like, specific dungeons. Like, if they go, like, Zelda 2 and it's a full-blown dungeon for each quote-unquote shrine, and there's a lot more to do, a lot more enemies to kill, and they make the game just basically bigger.
But when you finally release a game this scale, let's, quote unquote, it's Skyrim a game. You could say, do you set yourself up for it's always just every release after that is always just going to seem like a fresh coat of paint, but not much has changed when you do that open world Western RPG type feel?
Well, after Ocarina came out, what was every single Zelda until Breath of the Wild compared to?
Exactly, and I was going to ask you. Exactly, you're exactly right. And I was going to ask you when you said you weren't a fan since Link to the Past because it didn't bring a lot. Now, what do you mean by that? So, like, when Spirit Tracks came out with, like, a new gimmick, were you a fan of that? Were you like, when they did, like, we hate fucking Spirit Tracks on this show. So
I actually had to step away from the Game Boy games for Zelda after Four Swords because, it was all about that gimmick, and it was like, okay, cool, we had the gimmick already with Ocarina, we had the gimmick with Wind Waker, we had the gimmick with Majora's Mask. I'm sick of these gimmicks, Nintendo. Yeah. But what I meant by it brings nothing new to the series is it actually made the series easier for everyone. Playing A Link to the Past, unlike Ocarina, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, so on and so forth, you hit an enemy 3 times in A Link to the Past, and they're not dead. They are still coming for your ass. They're going to kill you. They're probably getting harder.
Better get a fucking tempered sword, let alone, like the fucking golden sword if you want to fuck some shit up in Link to the Past.
Yeah, but even then, you're still... Ganon, you can be fully decked out, end game, fight Ganon, and get absolutely rocked.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In Link to the Past. Definitely. Whereas the other games, name a Zelda that came out after A Link to the Past where you don't have to hit an enemy in the glowing eye with the bow and arrow. You don't have to destroy armor of a boss with a bomb. You don't have to use the hook shot to take parts of a boss off and destroy them.
I could totally be an asshole and have a cheap answer and say Hyrule Warriors, but I'm not going to be that guy.
Okay, Hyrule Warriors, it's its own thing, but that was my problem with Zelda, is after A Link to the Past, it's like, cool, this is 3D, but guys, can you do something new for the game? And it was almost always in the same order. It's, get the bow first, and then you get bombs, and then...
Right. I agree. I agree. Can't really argue with that. There's nothing to argue.
And Breath of the Wild broke all those rules.
And speaking of Breath of the Wild, the update patch just hit. A lot of people were complaining about freezes. I don't know if the specific patches were for, I've read, the grass in the game or, the moblin attacks. There's, a little freeze. I've kind of noticed that going back to Ocarina. Was it just me or, a lot of times right before you fought, usually an enemy on, 2 legs, so there's, this little, millisecond of a pause. Maybe it's just me.
It's really weird. I haven't run into... I'm playing on the Wii U. I haven't run into any fucking problems.
There was lag.
There were some times where we did experience lag. On the Switch, I noticed it was more common when I wasn't playing it docked, but I've noticed it has a lot of heat problems when it's not docked. And then for, Ocarina as well, on the 3DS, it didn't have any of those problems, but on the 64 version, it did. But yeah, it did have some lag problems, mostly after playing for a couple hours, but... for the most part, it wasn't too bad. Nothing noticeable other than random freezes. So,
yeah, like my thing was, and I just kind of thought it was a distance thing because they would still reappear, but if I got too far away from them, they'd disappear. The scenery would always keep its place. but sometimes sprites would go they'd vanish in thin air if I got too far away. But then once I got close, they would reload and pop back up as if like I had just left them there.
Yeah, I haven't experienced that on the Switch.
See, that's the Wii U's thing then. But like, I don't expect to like. It's like I was talking about the other day. Like, I can drive in Grand Theft Auto 5, and like the world map is trying to, even on the PS4, build itself in front of me. Like while I'm driving, and it's like, where the fuck am I going? Whereas I have not run into that with the world map in Zelda at all. But yeah, like sprites, I kind of accepted it as just like they just got too far away. But if I always went back, they would still be there, still walking. So I never totally lost track of them, but they would disappear, even though they were so in my line of sight.
I feel like that's something Nintendo does.
I've noticed that the draw distance for Breath of the Wild is ridiculously far. I can be like on a mountain and see someone at the very edge of the draw distance, like walking along, and it's weird. Like you can see for miles.
And no, like I really like its I like its trajectory with arrows. Like as far as like stuff like I can snipe an enemy.
Very realistic physics too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If the wind blows, your arrow is not going to hit that motherfucker. It's going to go out. Like it's like, oh shit! They didn't put wind into that thing. like with like arching and everything too. Like I really like the way that the arrow physics go with it. But yeah, that is my only qualm, is that sometimes the sprites are just slightly far away, they'll disappear. But the scenery is still there.
Either way, I think it's really neat that we have someone that has the Switch version and we have someone that has the Wii U version. I think that's all.
Yeah. Oh no, this is very interesting. Like, because
sorry to interrupt.
Oh, you're good.
Something that I noticed myself, though. So after playing through Legend of Zelda, I went and played Shovel Knight Spectre of Torment. And when I was playing Zelda, as I'm sure you guys have heard, there's the left Joy-Con connection problem, where it loses connectivity and you just start walking in a random direction. I experienced it a lot on the Switch, like a ridiculous amount. And I'm 10 feet away from my console, so it's not, a huge distance. It's pretty average, especially if you want to use VR. And when I was playing Shovel Knight, didn't experience it once in 4 hours straight playing, not one problem. Same distance, same everything.
Well, maybe next time you get back, maybe that's something you'll look for to see if that's been, I don't know.
Yeah, that's just been fixed.
Yeah, I wonder if that has been fixed, because I thought it was really interesting, that it did happen during Zelda. It didn't happen during Shovel Knight.
Shovel Knight, yeah. Shovel Knight's a lot less to process, I guess, but still, at the same time. Did they do a patch at all for the Wii U? Do either of you guys know?
I think I'm almost 100% positive it hit the Wii U also. It hit both.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that. I don't have my shit together right now, so I don't know off the top of my head.
Weirdly enough, I don't know, the other night, like, my Wii Pad went off and made a noise at me, and I was like, oh, that usually means it updated something, so... I didn't know
that thing. Let me get my rant out of the way real quick to start the show. That fucking Wii Pad, that's always been my problem. Like, it'll come on, because I have a lot of cats, right? So that fucking Wii Pad, when it updates something... or there's like this fucking ad or something, it'll just turn itself on for this stupid ass game I'm never gonna buy. Like, I don't care about the deal, but it fucking gets my cats going in the middle of the night. It's bullshit. I just wanted to say how much that sucks.
Yeah,
dude, I know your pain. I have 2 cats and the same thing happens.
Especially since one is super skittish.
You see? I'm allowed to be pissed off.
And they've done it like 5 times in the last fucking week about Mario and Yoshi.
I don't fucking care about your goddamn dinosaur, you stupid plumber.
I'll do it when I turn on the fucking system. Give me a little bit.
Dr.
Didn't do it yesterday?
Fuck less.
Yeah, we did it today too.
Oh god.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. I'm gonna try to get video of it. Hopefully it happens tonight overnight, so I can just put it up in time for the video or whatever, sometime this week. But yeah, fuck you, Reggie, and your fucking...
Mine is flashing the little blue thing right now of the fucking...
I bet it is. That fucking blue thing is just eternally flashing, it seems, sometimes. When you start on it, too. But let's talk about other things.
I'm like, holy shit, that's 20% off? Like, I'll buy it.
I'm gonna say real quick to get off the Breath of the Wild stuff that I'm that speaks volumes to someone like you that hasn't liked it really since the early days. So that obviously it's a must play. Like everyone's saying, I'm the last person on fucking Earth that seems to get it at this point. So imagine like
it's beautiful.
Imagine how I felt though. Like I feel like I'm going insane. Like I'm gonna like when I walk through my house, I have to touch the walls, fucking Sigourney Weaver type thing. Fucking I feel like I'm the last man on Earth type thing. But
fucking get your shit together.
I know. Fucking kids.
Stop your whining. Get your shit together. Play the game.
The last thing that I'm going to say about Breath of the Wild is take your time with it and really think about which path you want to take. Because there is the ability to, do all the divine beasts, and then there's the ability to skip those. It's definitely two different paths. Think about which one you want to take.
Yeah, guys, don't fucking speed run it like that guy in 63 minutes or something. Like
that's bullshit. Yeah, no, dude, you just walk. Just walk
enjoy the game. Yeah, look at the fucking blades of grass and
ride a horse for a while. Breathe. Do what you want.
Breathe in the wild.
Breathe in the breath of the wild.
There's hidden stuff everywhere in that game.
The little
find Robin Williams.
He's in there.
That's the end of what I'm gonna say about Breath of the Wild.
Oh well.
There you have it.
I will not accept that as a spoiler alert. Like I am now going to look for Robin fucking Williams.
It's just a friendly little tip, not a spoiler alert. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I had no idea. I will not Google it at all. I will.
That's why I said find him, not where he is.
And from what I've read, I don't think it's a spoiler alert, but it's not worth the effort to find all 900 of those little things for what you get.
The Korok seeds.
No, if you don't mind me saying, you only need to find about 50 to 100.
It's fun.
It is fun though. It is very fun.
There you have it. Speaking of wild, people have been up in arms this week, misconstrued, not reading the proper information. Guys, what the fuck is going on with GameStop?
So,
down.
I have a friend who works at GameStop who gave me some inside information. The areas where stores are not performing very well with getting all of their numbers hit, which I know info about that as well. They're shutting them down because they just aren't performing. And I'm sure you guys have been in GameStop, and every time they're asking you if you want to reserve a game, if you want the pro membership, if you want the disc protection,
they thirst.
If you have anything to trade. And they're shutting down stores that aren't getting enough trade-ins. So, they're not bringing enough used games. They're not selling enough used games, or they're not getting enough pre-orders and subscriptions to the pro membership.
If you knew the mile radius, though, of where Travis and I come from, they're shutting all the stores down.
Damn.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have a single store shutting down in my area.
Wow.
And we have two in a mile radius of us.
Well, I used to live in Orlando, Florida. I was like, they've got to be shutting a shitload of their stores down because there was a fuck ton of GameStop stores in Orlando.
Well, I don't. It was one of you guys. What was the official number? What worldwide? Like 3%.
150.
Okay, 200 some stores in the nation.
That's worldwide.
That's worldwide.
Yeah, but they only have like
17,000
stores or something. It's weird. They don't have a ton.
Yeah. But yeah, they're totally pulling the plug around here. Tannen is right. It is what it is. I mean,
we get a lot of mom and pops gaming stores around our area. Travis and I do, and they do pay out better. So
yeah, if I was going to say anything, I'd say go to your local game shop. Not only will you be able to make some cool friends in the gaming community, but you're probably going to find some cool old rare games as well.
And if you're into it for making a buck, the ones around here, like Tannen said, they're pretty fair. They're pretty fair and decent.
They're awesome. I deal with them all the time.
Yeah.
Hey, I picked up Mario Kart Double Dash at a local store for like $20. I'm just saying.
The best of all the Mario Karts, in my humble opinion. That gimmick needs to return. Yeah. Tannen and I talk about it all the time. Where the fuck is it?
Bring back the Double Dash. Jesus.
Especially on the Switch. Oh, man.
It seems like a layup.
Super Mario Kart Deluxe, I would have thought it would have been a Double Dash. Oh, but no. We're just gonna give you some new characters and some levels.
They're just gonna milk.
Well, we have it. We're getting it.
I picked it up because I'm picking it up because I didn't get it on the Wii U, but I thought it was pretty much a wasted buy for anyone who did get it on the Wii U because it's like great, we already own this game.
Can we all agree that the Luigi stare though is the best thing to ever happen to gaming?
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I would think you guys would pick up the game too, because I think you tweeted out something like, "Oh fuck, we're out of games now for the Switch." Like you already beat fucking Breath of the Wild, and you don't. There's no like at most systems at launch. There's not a lot. So
we have Bomberman.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, from what I hear, it's Bomberman. It's nothing like it's gonna blow your mind. It's just
It's
Bomberman.
Classic Bomberman, not like Bomberman 64, which, in my opinion, was like the epitome. It was multiplayer adventure style Bomberman, awesome as hell, just a cool game.
Well, speaking of blowing minds, real quick, because I know you guys are hot off the presses. You've seen it. The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie has come. People have been pissed. They've been happy. Krooked and Ficchu, you guys saw the movie. Going in,
yes!
We talked off air going in, you weren't excited. You were not on the hype train, as I am not still. I don't even know if I still want to see it. But maybe you guys will convert me. What did you guys think about it?
So, okay. When I went in, because I'm a huge fan of the old series. I mean, Jason David Frank killed it as Tommy. Jason, Kimberly, Trina, like... Yeah. You guys know the crew. Everyone who watched Power Rangers does.
That's the OG fucking crew right there. Let's be
honest. I watched all the way up to like Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. So I mean, I'm all about the old school ones. And I went into this movie like it's probably gonna be cheesy. It's gonna be stupid. It's gonna reference the original show all the time, and it's not gonna have its own identity. And it proved all of that wrong. The storyline it follows is more of the original Super Sentai storyline instead of the normal Power Ranger storyline. So that's going to be a little bit of a shocker, and it may make people wonder a little bit because for those of you who don't know, the American series was definitely changed. Like even in the opening, Rita's 10,000 years! That's all for the American show. So that did change, but it is... Oh, it's so good. And it does have references to the original series, but it does it tastefully. It has a few cheesy moments as like, haha, remember when Power Rangers did this?
And then it moves sucked, but we loved it.
Right away from it and goes into the new movie. And I think the characters are modern, they're relatable, and
I love Bobby.
Back in the day, it was 5 teenagers who were goody two-shoes people, and nowadays you have kids who...
Yes.
Yeah.
It really
the Breakfast
is.
Club, they have fucked up in modern ways.
Football star, the pretty girl.
Yeah, I really want to go into more about how they fucked up, but that would totally spoil things, so I'm not going to do that.
I like the Blue Ranger. The Blue Ranger's my favorite, so...
What's really funny is Tannen and I have been friends for over 20 years. I don't think we've ever had one fucking Power Rangers discussion. I'm going to admit, I was just those initial poser kids. I fell off after the Eye of a News movie, and then I was like, oh, Power Rangers. That's,
Dude, I love that movie.
It really is. It's so good. I've gone back a lot. I've got my kids to watch it, and they liked it, and they didn't even know what Power Rangers was. I still have a look.
It really was good.
Looking over here in my recording setup here, I have the Green Ranger Saga VHS tapes over there, so shout out to that. I loved Power Rangers that, when it grabbed all the kids by the throats and said, come on, when it first hit in the States. Like, of course, I was on the train. Tannen, were you ever... I know you were a Star Wars kid. Like, that was your shit. That and Turbo.
Dude, that was totally my shit. Should have seen my room when I was 12. That's what the whole thing was. Like, I had... I had about, like... Whenever I got on eBay years later, my house burned down when I was a kid. Years later, I got on and started looking at the old fucking toys and shit that I had, and I could have put myself through college easily.
Yeah.
I actually have the best way to describe the difference between the new movie and the old series. And if you guys haven't seen it and you are a huge fan, something the old series was mocked for was they never said anything other than like, I'm gonna destroy you.
Yeah.
this movie says the word kill more than once.
Oh, you're talking about Rogue One? Sorry, I
No.
just came back into the conversation.
No.
Power Rangers.
What?
Says
Oh,
kill.
Power Rangers.
Rogue One?
Rogue One?
Rogue One, they use the word kill a lot. Actually.
They're all gonna die anyway.
I did hear that they've used the word kill a lot in this movie, and it's like, I think that's what separates. It's not hokey. Like, people were going in expecting it to be a hokey fest, and it's not. Like, from what I'm hearing, it's balls to the wall, straight up taken serious. And
honestly, if I had kids, I would not take them to this movie until they were a bit older, because it does handle a lot more adult themes. It's an adult themed Power Rangers. It gives tribute to the old fans, but it's for adults.
There were no kids in the audience of the showing we went to, and I thought it was great.
So to wrap it all up, I guess what your takeaway was, it is a tribute for the fans of the original, but they realize the fans are grown up now. So it's still kind of for them, and for the most part. But it wants to capture a new audience. Obviously, it has to. But that's. I'm glad they didn't Ghostbusters it. Say what you want. People saw Ghostbusters. Some people love that movie. A lot of people hate it. I didn't even bother. I just felt like that was one of those franchises. And come at me like it didn't need it. I mean, without the original cast, especially. I don't know.
Like
it wasn't a bad movie. It wasn't a great movie. It's worth. If you see it at like a Redbox, watch it. Power Rangers, though, is full on. Go see it. And it's the first of what they plan to be 6 movies. So, hey.
That is a lot of fucking Power Rangers. I'm going to check it out,
I went in unsure. I left 100% going to see the next movie on opening night.
Nice.
Awesome.
Guys, real quick, what was the best Power Rangers game? I want to say for me, and it's a toss-up between the SNES, just straight up Power. I love the fighting game.
SNES all the way.
I love the fighting game for Sega Genesis.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers for the Super Nintendo, but the movie edition that allows Tommy to transform into the White Ranger. That's the side-scrolling beat 'em up.
I had the movie edition for Game Boy as a kid, and I would play it in my Super Game Boy. I remember.
The thing about the movie
I have a Super Game Boy.
Me off when I was a kid just was that like weird jumping up into the background and it had that shinobi going on. I don't know why that threw me off.
Jump. Yeah.
And spoiled the memory for me. Like I just remember being like, "Damn, this is weird." There
was that fighting game for SNES 2 that was pretty legit. Like I only ever played it on an emulator. But I don't know if you
with all the Zords and
that game was fucking fun.
Yeah,
we played it on our channel 2 years ago.
Oh, nice! I'll have to check that out. So Tannen, I never got an answer. You were a Power Rangers fan, I'm assuming, though, for a little bit when you were younger.
You me?
Yeah, I just said the word Star Wars, then you started talking about Rogue One and shit, and we never got an answer. And that's exactly what happened.
I was one of those kids that was butthurt at Power Rangers for a minute because one day on the playground we're playing Turtles. And the next day I show up and everybody's fucking playing Power Rangers. And I'm like, what the fuck is this bullshit? Power Rangers bullshit. Turtles isn't even canceled yet, bitches.
Your Technodrome is obsolete.
Yeah. It was within a fucking afternoon. But and I had a huge Turtles collection, so I was like, what am I going to do with all these? And I still play with them for years. I got into Power Rangers not as much as I got into Turtles, and not as much as I got into Star Wars when I was about 10 years old. But there was a gap. There was a gap there where I still enjoyed Power Rangers, and I had a couple of Zords, and I had a few fucking action figures, but my Power Rangers fought my Turtles. And at one point, my Power Rangers fought Darth Vader, so, go with that storyline.
I think that's actually happened in comics before.
That's that's due to action figures. That's due to people who wrote that shit playing with action figures.
Yeah.
I was weird. I was really weird. For some reason, my Egon figure from Ghostbusters was always my damsel in distress. I would never use a girl. I'd always make Egon need saving for some reason, I guess, because I thought he was a doctor.
Save the nerd.
I guess. Well, I don't know what that meant looking back. But yeah, like I said, you guys converted me. I'm going to check it out. I'll wait for a Netflix or, I don't know, Redbox or something. But yeah, Power Rangers, go see it. From Krooked Steel Gaming right there, out of the presses. Final Fantasy 14 show coming to Netflix. What? What's going on with that?
Yeah, I saw something about that today, and I was like, well, how do you make a show out of an online game? Well, okay, so that's a stupid question. They've done it with Dot Hack and Sword Art Online. But how do you do it out of a real game?
Yeah.
Well,
I never once played 14, so I have no affiliation to this game. Like,
I think Red versus Blue. That's kind of a series.
It's an MMO. It's like World of Warcraft, but Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I know. I just never played. I don't know if any of you guys had to spend a good bit of time with the game when it came out.
Well, we played for a little bit. Apparently, the Final Fantasy 14 show that's coming to Netflix is a drama, and it's called Daddy of Light.
What?
And it focuses on a father and son who play the game together.
The fuck?
No, it's kind of cute.
So I guess the drama is going to be like, they go in and they like try to do a quest together, but the dad has to go to work, and then the kid goes and like doesn't raid without him, and the dad is like, "Oh, you raided without me, my son."
That's
like
literally
if Wonder Years was created today, but narrated by a guy that lived 20 years from now.
If the Wonder Years was created today, it would just be like a dad on his phone all the time, or he's streaming something and fucking. No, but that sounds like the most boring fucking show. It sounds like they're filming me and what I do. I don't want to watch
Final Fantasy.
It sounds like it's going to be a Let's Play, but like scripted.
Wow. I didn't even know that. I thought it was going to be like Kingsglaive type shit, like a series. It's going to be fucking what? What the fuck?
It's a live-action drama that's based around Final Fantasy 14. So what I think they're going to do is I think they're going to have two people who are really, really, really good at the game, like play the game and record it, from each dad's perspective and the kid's perspective. And then they're going to have, like, the parent and kid, like, act out scenes outside of the game and then reference things that happened in the game that they recorded.
I really hope not.
Can we just fucking bring back Nick Arcade already? They're wasting time with shit like
this.
I want that show. Where the fuck is Phil Lamar? What is he doing? He needs to help.
Dude, I want video game tournaments to come back. That's something I could actually make a living doing, is playing video games in tournaments.
Here's something, and I played the first a little bit. I wasn't a huge fan. Destiny 2, a lot of people are losing their shit. September 8th release date officially announced. Coming to PC for the first time also with this one. I saw the trailer. I don't know if you guys did. I liked it. It was funny. It's Destiny. I mean, guys, thoughts real quick on this?
I played the alpha for Destiny, and it was really fun. I played the beta and was like, this game sucks now. It came out. I wasn't a huge fan. And then with MMOs, I don't understand sequels to MMOs. That doesn't make sense. It's an online living community. Just expand that. Don't make a new game. Yeah. I think it's a dumb idea, but that's just me.
They're trying to hit the market though, and use it as a cash cow. It's a big name, so
that's what I feel like.
That's all it is.
I don't feel it's going to be anything original. I think it's going to be same old. It's going to be what they did for Halo.
Oh,
after 3.
Even by the trailer, you can see it's a rehash completely, pretty much. But Tana, do you ever have a lot of hands-on time with Destiny in the past?
Destiny was when I got my PS4, the first game that I had, because it came with it. I got the Arctic White, and
fancy pants.
It matched my living room, Travis. But seriously though, I played it, but it clearly like started getting other PS4 games and just stopped playing it. Like, it was fun there for a minute, but I don't know. Yeah, it wasn't anything that struck me as like, oh my god. And then other people, friends of ours, even got on and was like, oh yeah, get on Destiny with me and play with me, and I still wouldn't get into it even with friends.
I think this whole last gen has been pretty much split with like Titanfall, Destiny. Then you have like the wild card like Overwatch sneaking in. Speaking of other shooters from this gen, Splatoon. I know my man Krooked, you sent me a link. There's another fucking reason to play it again, guys. An Inkling Open Challenge tournament announced initially for the qualifiers on the 23rd of April. One more go round with the original Splatoon, eh? I'm down.
I haven't touched Splatoon because I'm like, oh, well, it hasn't been updated in ages, whatever. I'm just going to wait for the next one on the Switch or whatever. And then they do this, and now I'm like, oh, fuck. I have to get good.
Of course they did this. Of course. What did you fucking
Team
think?
Marie.
Oh.
Team Marie.
I'm a Cali man myself.
Yes, Team Cali for life.
You whore.
Full life, ride or die, holler at your boy, Team Cali. But yeah, I mean, I picked up Splatoon the other day for the first time in a while. I put out my good friend Nyleek on Twitter, so follow her at the awesome Nyleek. She's good people. But yeah, it's always there. It's one of the most pick up and play online shooters I've ever played. As far as the younger demographic, as soon as they get the ink gimmick down, then it's like riding a bike. I've noticed with my kids at least. But Tannen's actually never really played Splatoon at all. It's solid. It was super fun. It's just you and I talked a lot about it this week, man. Crooked. There's so much more they could have fucking done. Like for one, the level cap, 50. It's 2017.
You know what was killer for me? The fact that I got Splatoon because all of my friends who had a Wii U were like, dude, Crooked, you have to get this and play with us. And I was like, yeah, okay, cool. And then I get in, and I'm like, how do we play? And it's like, well, we can play private matches against each other. And I'm like, is that it? Are you fucking kidding me? This is 2016. I haven't played a LAN match since the 90s.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, they do have the ranked, and ranked was really popular. But you made a very good point. At the end of the day, it's Nintendo, and what the fuck does it really mean? I can't take the quote. You said it. It's not League of Legends type ranking. It's fucking Splatoon. So that is there to get the S plus and all that. But what does it really mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, cool. You get a high ranking in Splatoon. That's awesome. Yay. You get a high ranking in League of Legends. You're earning 6 figures a year.
Right. Exactly.
Like, which would I rather put 100 hours into, League or Splatoon?
Splatoon. For sure.
Even with the Splatfest, which on paper, and yeah, they were fun. The gimmick was
fun.
They
were fun. I played for those.
But really, what did you get? You got, a silly little, title, and then it goes away. You get fucking sea snails, and that's about it, right? I mean, they didn't really have a lot in that department either, incentive to keep, I'm not going to lie about that either. Even though they're still going on, I fell off on the Splatfest. I was like, it's not really worth it. I'm not even going to bother voting or playing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like you should have got something for each and every Splatfest, and that's the thing. Look at the games that have existed for ages, like World of Warcraft, the big MMOs, League of Legends, things like that. No matter what you're doing, you're getting some benefit if you're playing a long time, whether it's skins or clothing or exclusive armor or exclusive pets. In Splatoon, it's like, yay, participate in this Splatfest for a shirt that goes away after 2 days.
And maybe, you could look at both sides, and maybe Nintendo gets sort of a pass because this kind of release was out of their realm in a way. They never really tackled something like this. So maybe, they're putting their toes in. But there's plenty of material to fucking take notes from, Nintendo.
Yeah, there's so many ways to reference it. It's like, what has succeeded, what hasn't.
Exactly. There's no excuse at this point, really. But we'll see what the second one offers.
With League of Legends, that is the prime example of anything that has, that format. So,
yeah. Tannen, I know you're going to plan on getting a Switch someday. Is Splatoon on the menu at some point for you, maybe?
It would be. I mean, I'd still like to get it for. I mean, we've talked about it before. I work at a pawn shop. I still wait for games to come into the pawn shop because obviously I can get games on the cheap. And I have not seen a copy of Splatoon for the Wii U. So, I might end up breaking down and actually getting it at retail. Oh my god.
It's going for $30 right now, retail full, so it's not like it's all full.
Wait, Nintendo dropped the price of one of their games?
They fucking did. But I mean, it took the release of a new console, but they did.
Metroid Other M is still $50.
Temporary. I mean, give it a year.
That's awful.
It's probably gonna be $600 or something.
Metroid Other M is still $50 at Walmart.
That's yucky. Well, that's Walmart. Walmart, God, don't get me started on their fucking prices.
Well, I agree, but still, I mean, it's not cheaper anywhere else. So,
although I don't shout out to Walmart in a way, which I thought I'd never say. I thought I did get kind of a deal. I got Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection for $15, brand new.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's good.
It's a really good collection. One of the best collections ever. They've ever.
Travis,
for sure.
Just stopped by the shop, but we had it for $5.
Well, Fuck you, Tannen.
Yay, happy good thing. We had it for $5. You know what? Fuck my good thing.
Speaking of fucking good things and big fuck yous, legendary footballer who I've never fucking heard of until I read this article. So come at me, soccer fans. Diego Maradona is apparently about to sue Konami for using his likeness in the new Pro Evolution Soccer game in one of the menus, in a menu screen for
Dude,
all things.
I looked at it. I mean, I guess that could be you. It looks like dude with a fro. I mean, come on.
Is he suing them because the likeness is shitty? Is it? It's very bad. This is silly. I mean, I get it. They didn't ask, and it's fucking Konami though. They're guys, you gotta.
Yeah, but it's gonna turn around in course where it's like the team's gonna be like, no, we actually own his likeness. If that's in his contract, he's gonna lose it, just like all those college kids lost it too.
I understand Ellen Page in The Last of Us. I don't understand this guy.
I just thought this was a silly little news article, and like I said, I didn't know who the fucking guy was, so come at me, soccer fans.
You know, this is like people who will be like a small channel that tries to create drama with a big channel. You know, it's kind of that thing. He's like, I'm so small and insignificant. Let me throw drama at the big.
Oh, you what I love, Z.
I don't know anybody like that off the top of my head. Now that guys, real quick, Persona 5 is in the buzz. It looks really good. I love these games. I don't know, Crooked. I know you don't have a lot of time with them. Tannen, or if any time at that. Tannen.
What are you talking about, dude? I've got like almost all of them.
Is your name Crooked? I said Crooked.
I said Tannen.
I did.
Sorry,
but I know you are a big fan, Tannen.
Yeah, I'm proud of my Persona collection.
I heard they are everything anyone could want in a JRPG after Final Fantasy turned into Fantasy, or not into Phantasy Star, into Tales of games. But I haven't been able to go to them because, oh my god, anime plots and RPG equals 40-hour game minimum.
Oh yeah, no, you're talking about a lot of work.
They're saying it's around the
I just really like. They're kind of collection prizes for me, but like I like playing them.
How many hours?
They are saying Persona 5 is around the 80-hour mark from one, and
I
from
believe
a
it
lot
easily.
of the reports I'm seeing, yeah, and these are people that put that amount of time in, but the game is so well done, like in the battle system, they don't get tired of the animations, like it doesn't get old, and like I've seen footage, it looks tremendous. So I can't. It's our game, guys. It's our game of the friend.
I am such a good friend that I am a dick and I will make you cry.
Yeah, exactly. But it is time for our game of the week, guys. Our game of the week is Mr. Driller 2.
Yay.
Yeah. I know Pichu was like dying. She was like, please say 2. I know she really wanted that 2 in there. So I got it for you. The sequel, one of the many fucking weird titled sequels Mr. Driller saw released. There was like Mr. Driller A, which is also like the same game pretty much for GBA. What can you say? This is a puzzle game by Namco. The first one originally saw release for the PSX in like 99, 2000, that era, something. The game, it doesn't try to be more than what it should be. A lot of people have said this is kind of in a way a love letter or an unofficial sequel to Dig Dug, which I can totally see that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I found out about that. And it's weird because it goes into a Japanese culture thing. In Japanese culture, instead of doing like numbered sequels like we do here in the States, they tend to do like progressing story sequels.
Right.
And what happened is the original Dig Dug retired, so his son, Mr. Driller, took over.
Yeah.
So it is an actual sequel, so it's kind of crazy.
It's awesome. Well, actually, I had to look it up real quick. I'm reading this. This was supposed to be Dig Dug 3 originally, I'm seeing, in the early development stages.
Oh.
So they changed it, so right on the money. What can you say, though? This is an excellent puzzle game for the GBA, in my opinion, for what it did at the time for a handheld system. It's really, the frame rate's solid. It's super fast and responsive, tight controls. An addictive-ass little puzzle game. I've put a lot of... I think this is like maybe the first Let's Play I ever put up on the channel like 3 years ago was this game. For some reason, I just felt like playing this fucking game that day, but it's one of those games like I can go back to any day and just dive right in. It's frustrating. It gets very hectic, and you definitely got to be on your A game as far as response times. But guys, I don't care who goes first. Round the boards. What did you think with your time with Mr. Driller 2?
It's cute. I like it.
Right off the bat, the voice acting in the very beginning was like, whoa, this is a Game Boy Advance game. This is really shocking and surprising that it actually has voice acting.
Yeah.
The entire play, like you said, super fast, super fluid. It has very good mechanics. It does the series well. You can tell it is, a Dig Dug game, but at a much faster pace. And what really made it pop out for me is in Japan, especially in the 2000s in the arcade scene, it's really all about competitive games and really bright colors and speed. Those are like the three things for them in games. And this game hits all three of those, because I could see, you and your friends sitting down, starting a level at the same exact time and just killing it as fast as you can. And I just think it'd be a fun competition game to kick it with some friends and try to all get down on Mr. Driller, and would love to see something like that on the Switch.
The pacing of the game, I think it was voted in like 01, like the Meth Addict Game of the Year, as far as just like, they love it.
I could see that.
I definitely could see that. Just grinding away. Tandon, what did you think with your time with the game?
I want to play a cabinet version. I want to play a fucking cabinet version
with like 3 other people.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah! Oh man,
yes.
if it's version, that'd be even better. Oh my god! Like no, I was really blown away by the sound effects and the especially the visuals with the game. But like at the end of the day, I really wanted to play against somebody else, right. And I don't have the setup to be able to do that with this. This is my first experience with Mr. Driller.
I don't think this one gave me that feeling, more or less of just like, I got to get to that fucking bottom. I can't stop till I get to the bottom.
But once I looked into it, knew that was an arcade game and everything, I want to play the cabinet. I want to play the cabinet. Yeah. I want to be stuffing quarters. I want to be talking shit on the person that's shoulder to shoulder with me. Yeah, like
it really
I want that Driller.
That is a lost thing in gaming that a lot of newer gamers will never know the feeling of, and it breaks my heart in a way. You know what I mean?
That and couch co-op are both things of the past.
It's so sad. It really is.
Hey, but the Switch has an Ultra Street Fighter 2 coming to it.
World. Like I wouldn't, we do have a place up in Hanover called the Timeline Arcade.
Yes, shout out to that. It is awesome.
It's a magnificent fucking place.
Yeah.
The outside of it is themed like Back to the Future. It looks like the clock tower.
And when I see, Tannen, you tagged me in Facebook the other day. When I see these theme bars and all this shit, it really warms the cockles of my heart to see
that was in BC too, Travis.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I know. I just say like these gamecades
and drink a beer there.
Like when
we get there in an hour.
Barcades are one of the greatest concepts in the history of modern mankind, in my opinion. Barcades are where it's at. That is great. I will support a barcade any day.
Isn't there one here?
Yeah, it's a lost.
Oh wait, yeah, we do have one.
You know what? I've never actually seen an image of the cabinet for this, so I'm going to check that out. I'm excited. I'm sure it looks like bright Japanese.
That's just.
I bet it looks like a Puyo Pop cabinet, just because
Yeah, it's
definitely.
It's so bright Japanese. It's like looking into the sun when you see it.
The game definitely like excites me enough that I want to have it on a bigger scale, and I want to feel like big buttons and a toggle in one hand. And I do want to, like, fucking yell at somebody that's right next to me as I make them lose money.
If people, handheld isn't your thing, Mr. Driller, the series, has gone on up until, like, 2015, I think, the last game was released. It's been all over the place. Virtual Console, GameCube, Xbox, fucking phones. So it's definitely accessible. DS, too. It was real. Actually, you know what? It was best done on the DS. And I say that
I could see that.
I say that very rarely about the stylus gimmick because I've never been a big fan, but it really was. It was tremendous. Yeah, so guys, check it out. And guys, your guests, we always offer our guests a chance this week to our game of the week. So if you have a game of the week for us, we'll do it in 2 weeks because our guest last week took a week to think about it. I know this sounds confusing, but we have her game for us this week to do. So we'll get to your guys in 2 weeks if you would like. So if you got a game, We'll play the first 30 minutes, guys. Hit us up in the comments down below on Twitter, Facebook. Let us know what you want us to play. We'll play anything as long as it's within reason. You know how we feel about our Final Fantasy VIIIs and all the bullshit. But Krooked and Ficchu, do you got anything for Tan and myself?
Yeah. How much have you explored on the Super Nintendo?
Oh, God, a lot.
A lot.
No. Yeah. Have you done a review of any of the Mega Man games?
Yeah.
We have.
Which ones? On the Super?
We did. We got a request for 7 one episode a couple months back, I believe. That's the only one I think we tackled.
On this channel, yeah.
I would love to see you guys tackle the greatest Mega Man game, in my opinion, Mega Man X.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh my God, Travis. He made this easy for us.
He did. He made it so easy for me in my editing for that episode. In fact, I'm just gonna take the actual fucking review I did of that game and just plop it in. No, I'm just kidding. I love that game. Yeah.
No, I gotta have my vocals in on that one. But still.
It's one of the first things I played on our channel, so hey, it's all love for that.
I still think at the end of the day, since I got you on the show, I'll just wax Mega Man with real quick. My favorite of all time is still 3 for me. It's just like the total packaged Mega Man game. But yeah, I love fucking X. It's one of the first Super NES games I ever owned as a kid too.
It runs so well. You know what I can try to do is I have the Mega Man X collection on PS2.
Yeah.
So I could go into that realm.
Yeah.
And not play the hard cartridge and be like, this is how it felt.
Talk about how big of a fuck you Legacy Collection was of a release. Like, yeah, here's 6 of them, but we released all these years before. But it's in HD. Yeah.
No, I'm talking about like the PS2 version.
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the awesome version. That was like I had it for GameCube, but you get like all the X games, the NES games, and shit, and 7.
I have it for GameCube as well. I've got both versions.
Well, give me one. What are you doing? Greedy.
The GameCube version's more rare.
GameCube went for me PS2.
Yeah. That is one of the games I kick myself in the ass for not having anymore, is because it's rare. The GameCube one, definitely.
Well, I'm going to write it on your birthday list.
So, Mega Man 3, great game. Mega Man 2, way overrated. Mega Man 5 is my favorite of the originals. X is the perfect platformer.
Did 5 have those fucking glacier spikes that were like just was that what I'm thinking 5 had?
5 was the planets and stuff.
But there was
the planet-based guys.
No, one where it's like platforming, but these fucking you're in like a cave and these spikes keep falling, but the count's always off, like you're waiting.
Yeah, that's the one.
Fuck. I love you, man, but fuck 5. I don't like 5.
I like the bosses of 5. Hey, we can all agree. It is better than 8.
Well, shout out to the reset button theme song, which is the weapon select or get new weapon theme from 8.
Hey, the music is good. The game is horrible.
But the music was good. I don't like 8 the game, but I like the music.
Mega Man's voice.
I think the biggest thing,
Mega Man's voice in that was better than the Captain N version.
Really? You agree?
Everything's better than Mega Man X4. Oh my God.
Mega Man on Captain N had that eternal fucking leaf shield.
You guys remember him? X4's X? He's Zero! Oh no! It's like, what are you, X?
Are you a robot Pinocchio? It was insufferable. I agree.
It was so bad.
I think one of the things I've gotten the most shit for, besides Castlevania Bloodlines being my favorite Castlevania game of all time, is that I hate Mega Man Legends. I think those games suck. I don't like them.
You know what? It's the controls. If it wasn't for the controls, they're amazing games.
No, I just think it was, I don't know.
Trust me, I played a revamped control version on the PSP, and I was like, wow, this game is so good. Then I played it on the PS1, and I was like, wow, what happened? I liked this game.
And same thing with Misadventures of Tron Bonne. People love that game too.
I streamed that game last year. I can't play it again. It is so bad.
You streamed Tron Bonne or you streamed Legends?
Misadventures of Tron Bonne.
Oh, I remember that.
I streamed Legends, and I was enjoying that a bit. But, Tron Bonne was That game has not aged well at all. Yeah. It is the Crypt Keeper of aging well. That's a 90s reference.
Well, there you have it. Thank you guys for giving us something good. Usually our guests like to pull ribs on us and give us shit to play, but thank you. You guys have been a complete pleasure to have on. You're more than welcome back anytime. Real quick, where can everyone check out Ficchu, Krooked, all your shit around the globe?
It is at youtube.com/KillSteelGamingOfficial, and thank you so much for having us. It was an absolute pleasure being here, and it is great to be able to talk games with people who are from the same gaming generation that I am. So fuck yeah, you guys rock. Thank you.
Thank you for letting me be on here too. Normally I'm just like, I don't know anything about games, but let's talk. Yay.
And you know what? We went... Ficchu, it's been a pleasure, and we went an hour and 9 minutes and not one Tan Dick reference, so we did it. Tannen, my manin, thank you, my friend, for joining me one more week. Where can everyone check our asses out?
You can check me out at Tannen's Bum at Twitter. You can also check Travis out at Hibiki TMD. You can also pull that one on Facebook.
You've only been on the fucking channel for over like a year and you're struggling with the name, but it's okay. Keep going. Continue.
I'm drunk. Give me a break.
You get a pass.
I'm not really that drunk. No, really. I was really closing my eyes and trying to concentrate just now. No,
you said that like an angry stepfather. I'm drunk. Yeah,
leave me alone.
Sorry to cut off your workflow. Continue with the way you make you check our shit out.
Why'd you spill paint in my drawers, Travis?
You can check us out. Me at the Hibiki TMD. Check out Tannen at Tannen's Bum. Check us out on Facebook. Check out the Slam Things podcast. Big week for us tomorrow. Erica Mart's coming back. My brand new co-host for NXT Pro shows. So Broski, and I know Kill Still Gaming. It's kind of like a clip. Broski's a solid dude. Check out
Mad love for Broski.
Mad love
all day.
Silly little Canadian man. Check him out. Subscribe. Guys, till next time, Tannen, let's hit it.
Reset button.